My apologies for keeping you waiting. Can you start tomorrow?
Really? That's so neat.
It's hard to build your own life here if you always have one foot out the door.
Girlfriend trouble? That's not gonna get you to the NFL.
I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm losing everything that I came out here for. Watch it.
Should Dallas have chosen Skylar? Well, look, these two are... I gotta fight for them. Yeah. Come on, girl. Why aren't you choosing Skylar? Come on. He loves you so much. What happened? He cares for you. He plays music. He's writing you love songs. All right. What has this boy ever done for you? Huh? No. What is he coming for you for? You know? Come on, give Skylar a chance, please. But at the same time, I mean, it's kind of hard to beat this love story between the two of them. You know? So it's like I get it. And also So. I'm a little torn. I'm torn between being Skylar and also being Charlie, having watched what's happening between these two, you know. But he's never seen that, so at the same time, he's like, you know, I'm gonna ask you this question: Who do you think would win in a fight, Skylar or Drayton?
A love fight.
A love fight. Yeah. A YA fight.
Love.
In a fight? I don't know. I mean, Drayton does play football, so there's that to consider.
But Skylar carries his guitar everywhere he goes. Do we have weapons?
That's true.
Boom shakalaka.
You walk out of the room for a second.
Imagine.
It's so scary because like I think as Dallas, like Drayton is
Answer this one good.
careful. Close your ears. I think as Dallas, like Drayton is everything that she wants, like, but she doesn't. Spoiler free. No spoilers. There's so much that she learns about herself that I don't think she's able to really see or like accept once she kind of leans into this world with Skylar. So in a way, even though it's always Drayton, like she has to stray outside of that a little bit to actually figure out if it's still true to who she's becoming and not just the version of herself in high school. Like, who knows if it works? Hopefully it does. I think that it's always Drayton, but this in-between transition of who she is may not necessarily align completely, and maybe that's where it leads into Skylar. I don't know. Yeah.
It's a hard one because like there's so much passion between the two of you, but then there's so much relatability between the two here, you know, and also like closeness as well. I mean, we live in the same neighborhood. These guys are so far apart at that point too, and it's a I mean, our writers did a nice job.
Yeah. Completely. Like, I think the music video was a little bit testy waters, for sure. But I really loved that our characters didn't cross the lines, because that was something really important to viewers in the first film. And at the end of the day, like, it's supposed to be a portrayal of a healthy relationship and mature love and them just trying to do their best.
It was hard. The music video, when we get to the end there, it felt like a kiss. You know, It felt like that, like that was the conclusion, but it wasn't. Like you said, we don't cross the lines, and so.
Yeah, I think to kind of answer that last one, I feel there were a lot of talks about, like, there was a lot of collaboration with our writers, and like, how do we want to go about it? Like, do we want to test the waters? Should one of them step over the line? Like, is it stepping over the line if you're not in a relationship and you're in college? Like, you're finding out who you are, so it's a lot of that self-discovery. But I think for Drayton in particular, because I can't really speak for Dallas in her scenario, but like for Drayton in particular, I think it was important for him to really it was like a good way for him to show what is important to him. And I think when the injury happens and he starts to get stressed out and like obviously doesn't want to take it out on Dallas, but inevitably is, you know, getting torn in all these different directions, the last thing that I think that Drayton would do in that case would be to resort to you know, giving into other temptations elsewhere, because it's football or Dallas in his eyes. And I don't think, like, that's why he came to school here. It was, he wanted to play football at USC, but then he also, another huge factor was the fact that he wanted to be closer to her. So if all of a sudden one injury is going to make him forget that, that would be a little shallow. And so I think it just adds another layer of, like, remember why he chose where he is. I love the ending.
I do too.
I just think as a viewer, it would drive me insane, and it would make me crave for either more, or, because, I mean, who knows if there's gonna be a third or not, but it does leave room for that interpretation of, like, maybe it's up to you, and, like, you tell me what happens to them. But I think, yeah, again, with the collaboration with our writers, like, we talked about this ending, and we shot a few different versions of it, which was funny because we saw the edit and we were just like, that's what they went with. And I'm happy with where it is, because it is that thing that kind of drives you nuts as a viewer. And if you support this relationship, you're like, what, like, how, make it work somehow. But, like, realistically, it's not your fairy tale ending, because it is more grounded to the whole film, of the theme of the film, which is this, like, it just, sometimes it just isn't how it is working out. Like, this is one of the reasons why we break up. It's just more matter of fact of, like, this just isn't working, and I'm not going to put any pressure on you or myself to continue to, like, because then that leads to that resentment, and we care about each other too much to let it get to that point. So it's that saying, if you love something, let it go.
And you guys are, like, chasing things that define who you guys are as people, and you guys are building into your careers, into what your futures are going to be like, and so to move with love, to move with something that you're, like, both so passionate about. It's I mean, that reality for a lot of people in life, you don't always get to go to college with you're the person that you love, you know. Yeah, it's very much more realistic than sometimes just having that fairy tale and everyone getting everything they need. You know? Yeah.
Of course you want it as a viewer, but yeah, it's just realistic. Like,
obviously, I want to see Dallas and Drayton together, but I think just on a character point of view, I hope we meet Dallas in a place where she feels free, and really, like, there's moments of that in the sequel, which was really nice to find. And I hope that we find her in a place where it's just free of judgment, and she's able to admit that she doesn't know what she's doing, and that's totally okay and exciting. I hope that, like, literally she's dancing, but also through life, I hope that she is.
I hope it gets to a point where we have this, I hope our characters have this realization in this potential third that we talk about, where there's so much, it just continues the self-discovery, because I think that's the pursuit of life, right? Like, you're constantly trying to figure out who you are, what's meant for you, what you're doing on this planet, you know what I mean? And so I think it's gonna be really cool to kind of test the waters of, like, in the third, if potentially, like, it's gonna be really interesting to find that balance of, like, all right, if they do end up together, I want it to be because they choose each other, and not just because it's that movie tale ending. Like, I want it to be like, all right, we've done our like, I want her to go do her thing as long as she's happy. Like, I want them to test this out, you know what I mean? Like, see if it works, and if it does, great, I'm happy for her. But, like, if it doesn't, she knows where I'll be, you know what I mean? And, like, I think I need to fully commit to the thing that I promised myself, which was playing football and, like, seeing where that route goes. And if I meet someone that way, then great. But then I think it's gonna be really interesting to kind of play with the writers of how we get our characters to choose one another, as opposed to just being with each other for the convenience.